God greetings. I may welcome you again. This is HULDA OFFENBAUER. Are you ready for the future? We are living in times of upheaval, departure, breakthrough, collapse. The world is in birth pangs, as the Bible calls it. Birth pangs to the new world. A new world is being born. Of course, every woman will know that labor pains are not pleasant. That is why the time we're living in now is not pleasant either. With a Bible passage, I would like to show something that has a very deep meaning where we have influence on it. That is, to wit, Ephesians chapter 2, verse 1 to 3. The heading is From Death to Life. He also raised you up who were dead in your trespasses and sins. This refers to the rebirth, the baptism of repentance for the forgiveness of sins. And further he says, and in whom you once walked, according to the course of time, meaning age or aeon in Greek, the age of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air. It is also translated as the prince of the power of the air, of the spirit that now works in the sons of disobedience. That is, we see here all the puppets are working under a spirit that is given to them by this overlord, and whose will they are doing. The Hope for All translates this in this way. You've become slaves to Satan, who exercises his power between heaven and earth. And the New Geneva translates it like this. Who rules over the power of the invisible world between heaven and earth. You can already see from these translations, if you compare them with each other, what I also want to show. On the one hand, it is the real air that we breathe, and on the other hand, it is evil spirits, the demons. The prince of the power of the air is also translated by others as the ruler who has power over the air. Now we come to the basic Greek text, because for the word air, wind and spirit, there is a word which is called pneuma in Greek. It is exactly the same in the Hebrew. The Hebrew word ruach also means spirit, air and wind. It is the same. It is one word, but they are different meanings. On the one hand, it is the gas that surrounds the world, which we breathe in, the air. You can see the pervasive character of the air, which fills and permeates everything. And now when the air is contaminated with a contagious disease or poison like chemtrails, it permeates and infects everything. It is the air. And it is the same in the spiritual realm. In the same way, Satan has such power that is poisoning spirit of the Old Testament, the spirit of the Antichrist, the spirit of the spirits that we have all mentioned already, the Bible fundamentalists, the Orthodox people, the spirit of schemes, deception, the spirit of porneia, spiritual and physical fornication, contaminates everything in this world. It is two pairs of shoes. It comes from the prince of the power of the air. I know someone who is on a beta channel where the various things are all illuminated in a very neutral and sober way. He sent me an article with the title, It's That Time Again. The spraying in the sky is bearing fruit. Many sick people with headaches, rapid fatigue, no energy, mild cold symptoms, throat clearing, stuffy noise, gastrointestinal problems. Then there is the so-called hand-mouth food disease, where you have blisters and certain other strange diseases. Where does it come from? What do they all have in common? Exactly. The same sprayed breathing air and radiation exposure. The prince of the power of the air. The Greek word for prince is archon. That's what they are, the archons. And what do we read in the Pistis Sophia? We have received a commission and a divine mandate from Jesus that we are to liberate this world from the rule of these archons. This is what is written in the Pistis Sophia. For you have been given these powers by the whole world because you are the ones who will save the whole world, and that you may be able to bear the threat of the archons of the world and the sufferings of the world, its dangers and all its persecutions, which the archons on high will bring upon you. This is the author. But we've been given the power. Where do we read that? In Mark 16:16. He who has believed and been baptized will be saved. But he who is unbelieving will be condemned. But these signs will follow them. In my name they'll cast out demons, that is archons. Dangerous snakes and deadly poison will not harm them. They will lay hands on the weak and they will get well. A very important verse for us. Basically, all verses are important, but this one I want to emphasize today. Luke 10:19. Behold, I have given you power, or I give you power to tread on serpents, on scorpions, which is always a picture of demons and archons, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall hurt you. 3 passages that complement each other beautifully. I think these are what we need to keep in mind and strive to really live up to this mandate that we have. And how does it work? Whoever has believed and been baptized will be saved, but whoever is unbelieving will be condemned. What else we contribute, which I also do every day, I take the Lord's Supper very consciously, also as a protection from rays, from energies, and from poisoned air. It is of course also a protection against all forces and powers. And we also know this is our victory over Satan, because we read in Revelation 12:11 about that old serpent, that we overcome him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of our testimony. That is our proclamation. And without it, we would be helpless in the face of all this. However, with these powerful statements, with these truths from the Bible, we can endure and finish. And in this sense, I wish you as always God's richest blessing.